Welcome to Safe Money Retirement Radio with your host, Tim Wood. Tim is a certified financial fiduciary and a no-market risk retirement and income specialist, and the owner of SafeMoneyRetirement.com, primarily serving Western North Carolina, East Tennessee, and Southwest Virginia. But he's sought after nationally for his expertise in helping people secure their retirements. Mr. Wood is a licensed life insurance professional in multiple states and specializes in working with people who are near retirement and those who have already retired with wealth management, income planning, and asset protection strategies. And now, here to talk with you about no market risk retirement planning, your host, Tim Wood.
Welcome to Safe Money Retirement Radio. I'm Tim Wood, an asset and retirement protection specialist. As most of you know, I released my book, Safe Money Retirement, Your Game Plan for Success, back in 2022. And I'm thrilled to have journalist and podcast pioneer Doug Sandler with me today from Turnkey Podcast Productions. We're going to discuss part 2 of chapter 4 with a little help from Uncle Sam.
So, Tim, I want to talk for a moment about Medicare. Now, when do you start getting those benefits, and are there any choices that you need to make? And I know I'm going to ask a multi-part question here, but I got a lot of questions about Medicare. How does Medicare actually fit into the Safe Money Retirement Plan as well? You can do that as a dash or hyphen in your answer as well.
Multi-part, okay. Well, what I would say, first, when do you start getting the benefits? Most people get them at 65. There are some situations where people can get them before that for disabilities and for a few other exceptions, but over 95% of the time, it's when someone turns 65. That's when they are able to get Medicare. There's a few things I want to say about Medicare that are very important. If you're already getting Medicare, you already know this. If you're not, you've basically got the 3 months before your 65th birthday, the month of your 65th birthday, and the 3 months after your 65th birthday to get enrolled. If you do not enroll, then there are fees that you would be liable for, and those fees are for the rest of your life. So you want to make sure that you start Medicare when you need to start Medicare. Now, the very last piece of that is if you are still working and you have what is called creditable coverage, which basically means it covers at least what Medicare does and even more, then you don't have to start Medicare right at 65. You could work until whenever, and whenever you quit working, that's when you'd have your HR person, or if you own your own business, you yourself would fill it out. Basically fill out a form that says, yes, I've had creditable coverage. It was with this company. Here was my account number, blah, blah, blah. And then you can start Medicare and not have to pay those fees. But you need to make sure if you don't have that, you need to make sure you start Medicare right when you're supposed to, because if you don't, there's going to be fees. Now, how does Medicare fit into your Safe Money Retirement Plan? Here's the biggest thing. The biggest expense that people over 75 have is medical, by far their biggest expense. Medicare can be fantastic, but there's so many different options with Medicare. There's Advantage plans, there's supplement plans, there's Part A, there's Part B, there's Part D. It's crazy how much stuff there is to know about Medicare. You can read about it in my book. I explain what all those different parts are. I certainly don't have time right now, but basically what you need to do is you need to make sure that you get with someone that is completely independent, that can show you all of your Medicare options, that doesn't just represent one company, so to speak, and will, kind of shoehorn you into that one company, whether it fits or not. You need to talk to someone that can show you all of the options, figure out what's going to be the best, and get you set up. How that fits into your Safe Money Retirement Plan, it's huge. I mean, your Safe Money Retirement Plan has to do firstly with income and then expenses. Here's one thing, Doug. Most people don't realize Medicare, original Medicare, does not have an out-of-pocket maximum at all. So if you don't have any of these other things to go with Medicare to take care of the gaps and the out-of-pocket maximums and the copays and all this stuff, just because you got Medicare does not mean you are very well covered. There's all kinds of things. So you need to talk to someone that knows Medicare, but knows all the different options and can figure out what's going to be the best thing to plug into. Then once you've got that as part of your Safe Money Retirement Plan, you know that the medical part is taken care of. again, another big thing that's going to bring happiness in retirement, along with knowing you've got enough guaranteed income.
Great information. Is there any other government plans that I'm missing or that we would choose to explore as part of a safe money retirement plan?
The only other one that I would mention, that I mentioned earlier, just real briefly, is Medicaid. And I'm just going to real quickly say what Medicaid is. Medicaid is a state-run, it's federally funded, but it's run by each individual state. And essentially, it's a way to give people with low or no income health insurance. That's what Medicaid is. Has nothing to do with Medicare. It's completely separate. And a lot of people that are listening are thinking, well, I'm never going to be there. I've got all this money. Boy, I tell you, there's a lot of people that had a lot of money that are now on Medicaid. So understanding what it is, how it works, it can be fantastic for the right person in the right situation. But that's what Medicaid is. And that's really the only other part really of a government program. We would hope that people wouldn't get into that situation, but if you ever are in that situation, it's definitely something that you need to know about.
Tim, I so appreciate your wisdom, and thank you for sharing again. We're out of time for today's episode, but we're going to come back and talk about more of the chapters in your book. Thanks for sharing today.
Absolutely. Thank you, Doug.
For all of our listeners out there, stay tuned for Safe Money Retirement Radio for more interviews about the other chapters in Tim's book, Safe Money Retirement, Your Game Plan for Success. And make sure you grab your own free copy of the book right now. Just head over to safemoneyretirement.com or call 844-905-SAFE.
Well, I'm about out of time, and I would like to thank you for listening to Safe Money Retirement Radio. If you're serious about your financial future, give me a call, and together we'll get your retirement savings on the fast track to accumulate while reducing exposure to market risk. Thanks for listening, and until next time at the same time, I'm Tim Wood, reminding you to stay safe so you can step into a secure future.
You've been listening to Safe Money Retirement Radio with your host, Tim Wood. Find out how to guarantee that your hard-earned money is safe with locked-in returns that will never go down due to market risk, so you can have the future that you deserve. Call Tim Wood now for your free copy of his #1 best-selling book, Safe Money Retirement, Your Game Plan for Success, along with the free Safe Money Retirement Information Kit at 844-905-SAFE. That's 844-905-7233. Or visit him online for more details at safemoneyretirement.com. Did you know that your Social Security could be much higher depending on what option you choose for claiming your benefit? Social Security income is not as simple as some think. When should you take it? Should you only take your spouse's benefit while you continue to work? Deciding how to receive your Social Security benefit can make your head spin. Don't decide about your retirement without the facts. Call us now and ask for your complimentary Social Security guide at 844-905-SAFE. That's 844-905-7233. Have you recently changed jobs and now you have a 401k or another retirement account you don't want to expose to the risk of market loss? You have worked too hard to leave your retirement to chance. Since you will probably start another retirement account at your new job, why not ensure your old account provides you principal protection, the opportunity to participate in the market with locked-in accumulation, and a guaranteed lifetime income? We can help you roll over the retirement account from your previous employer and identify products that provide the potential of index-linked credited interest while limiting market risk. Did you know that if you're age 59 and a half, you may be able to move money out of your employer plan even if you're still working there? Call us now and ask about bonus options on your retirement money with a fixed indexed annuity. Imagine putting your money on an elevator that only goes up. It might stop on a few floors along the way when the market index goes down, but you won't go back to visit the lower floors. Our phone number is 844-905-SAFE. That's 844-905-7233. You can get your complimentary Safe Money Retirement Information Kit by calling us now. That number again is 844-905-SAFE. That's 844-905-7233. The preceding information does not represent tax, legal, or investment advice. Surrender charges apply to base contracts. Optional lifetime income benefit riders are used to calculate lifetime payments only and are not available for cash surrender or in a death benefit unless specified in the annuity contract. Fees may apply. Guarantees are based on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the insurance company. No information presented today should be acted upon without meeting with a qualified and licensed professional. Obviously, by calling us now, you are just taking the first step towards protecting your retirement. It's important that you read all insurance contract disclosures carefully before making a purchase decision. Rates and returns mentioned on this program are subject to change without notice.